Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey guys, good evening everybody. Welcome to another edition of the AccessToTrader.com nightly wrap-up show. Hope everybody is doing well. Guys, take a moment out. If you like the content, if you like what we're doing, hit that like button, support the channel. Hopefully, again, I'll do my best to point you in the right direction. So market continues to grind higher, right? Grind higher. I think when this is all said and done, this market rally is going to be remembered as the semiconductor rally. Whether you have, I mean, every company right now has exposure to AI in one capacity or the other, but this is going to be remembered as the semiconductor boom of 2026. It feels like every single day one is fueling the other. It feels like every single day you either getting Trump, whether it's Trump touting IBM or NOW or Intel, right? Or Intel and whatever else he's touting, or Jensen, the CEO of NVIDIA, right? Yesterday talked about Marvel being the next trillion-dollar company. You know, one is just fueling the other, and this is just a brilliant run, absolutely brilliant run. You're getting spillover to other second and third tier semiconductors. Give you a perfect example today. Rambus, right? Rambus, we started buying Rambus today above this little channel here at 155. This is now the highest close in this whole formation. This is one of the very last semiconductor names to come out of its channel. Unfortunately, it was no option flow, and also the unfortunate part is it's not as liquid as the others, so it's impossible to take like literally any type of real position on this thing. But hey, this thing looks great. This is now the highest close in this whole formation since the April 24 highs. You got AMAT, right? You got AMAT busting out today, up 31 points. A buyer came in at the close for the July 17th 550 expiration, 1.1 million. You got Lam Research busting out. This is now the highest close in this whole formation. Also $1 million bet at the close for the 717 expiration, 360 close. It's just phenomenal. I mean, absolutely phenomenal. Some recent big runners are rested today. Microsoft with a well-deserved rest, right? Had this magical 3-day run. You had, what is it? What else? What else was weak today? I can't even remember. Anyway, doesn't make, Google continues to find no bottom, right? Google continues to find no bottom. Amazon, had a really nice run 3 days ago and just really sold off pretty aggressively. Nearly 20 points, right? 20 points, in 3 sessions. NVIDIA, it's starting to look, it starts to look good. Gaps up today, lost the whole range, but the other semis continue just to go. AMD continues to be good. ARM continues to be good despite a little bit of profit taking. So, again, this will be remembered as the semiconductor rally. And oh, by the way, speaking of Marvel, it's up another 10 after the close, pushing up to the 300 area. But the group that got the pretty good rotation hasn't really busted out today, and you should really keep an eye on this thing for tomorrow, is these uranium stocks, right? We saw a lot of call buying on various names. I'm going to share those names with you guys. Really good rotation, because again, the one good aspect about any generational good market or bull market, whatever the case may be, is a constant flow of rotation. Even if one group rests, another group takes over. So we're starting to see some really great option flow come in on these uranium names. Let's start off with OKLO. Okay, OKLO, we had a nice pivot today in the webinar off this 71, reclaiming the 150-day moving average. This is now the highest close in the May channel. The good part about this closer, they started coming for weekly repeat 80 call buyers, right? Again, that is $7 out of the money. Weekly 80 calls came in. They also came in with the July $100 call. So one to watch definitely for tomorrow. EOSE, okay? We had a nice little pivot today above this 932 area. This is now the highest close in this whole formation here. Another uranium play. They were coming for the weekly 10s, okay? They were coming for the June 12th $11 calls pretty regularly. Again, good rotation into these names. FLNC, another uranium name. Buyers were coming in for the $32 calls. Again, it got rejected today off the linear regression line. Keep an eye on this thing for the next couple of days. If it goes back to above this linear regression line, this thing can wake up. SMR, another name, another nice looking chart. Very, very close to break it out. So this is, if this group is one day away from reclaiming some pretty decent levels, you could get some aggressive money flow back into these names. The question is, can they do this day two? Again, we will watch and get an answer for that as well. NNE also in that group as well. $32 weekly call buyer came in. As you can see, it got rejected right at the 200-day SMA. The key is in the next couple of days, if it can reclaim back the 200-day SMA, this thing has room to go. Corning, right? Optical Corning looks great. Big engulfing candle today. This one candle took out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days worth of selling. Watch this thing for tomorrow. This thing starts building above today's channel. This thing can go AEHR. As you can see, there's a lot of names, guys. A lot of names that generally wouldn't even make my radar. But, these names look great. Look at AEHR. Another, engulfing candle took out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Nate, right? 5 days in a row. Watch this thing at the top of today's channel for tomorrow. The data center is starting to wake back up. RGTI getting some call volume. You can see how nice this daily flag is starting to form. So you're getting some good value, man. This isn't just like, this isn't just a market right now that people turn around and go, well, there's only 1, 2 stocks that are carrying the market. No. That's just, again, that's those excuses. There's a lot of names, a lot of rotation. Sure, the mega cap names, they're not really doing anything right now, right? Amazon, Google, Meta. And again, who is defending the bottom of this range, man? Got to ask you that question. Who the hell is defending this bottom of the range? Yesterday, it got sold on the news that they are going back into the metaverse. Why? Dude, why? Right? There was a buyer today at 598 all day. They try to take a green. They sold it off at the close. I'm gonna give it one more shot. I'm gonna give this damn thing one more shot. If this thing loses the bottom of the range here, the May lows, I will be a seller of the stock. If they defend it again, this is somebody else's problem. But this thing is holding on to dear life. I don't know exactly who's holding this thing up, but they are holding it up. It acts absolutely awful. I think that's the best way of saying it. It just doesn't act well. Like I talked about earlier, Google got issues. I mean, this is a pretty big sell-off considering the strength of the market from 408 to 361 in 2 weeks. Again, Amazon is having a hard time, but again, it's all about the semis right now. They're taking turns. They're fueling each other. Is Rambus the next one to go? Right? Your guess is as good as mine, but this is, again, the highest close in the whole formation. Tesla, it's being sold. The last few days it was sold because everybody understands, Wall Street understands that they tried to run this thing up ahead of the SpaceX IPO. The more people understand that, hey, there's a problem with the SpaceX IPO, its valuation is larger than Amazon's. As you can imagine, well, that's why Tesla got sold, because Elon Musk is like a 43% shareholder of SpaceX. Again, one doesn't really correlate with each other, but SpaceX right now is not really trading. So the victim here is Tesla. There was romantic bets in Tesla today. Not sure why, romantic bets. One buyer came in. Well, actually, a series of buyers came in today for the weekly full 40 calls. Is that a romantic bet? I think it's a romantic bet. Here's kind of what I'm thinking, right? Here's kind of what I'm thinking. You know, when Trump invited a whole bunch of companies to the White House, right? PLTR, IBM, Intel, right? All these stocks that, eventually Dell, right? All these stocks that eventually turned around and said, hey, you guys should be buying these stocks. The one stock he hasn't mentioned yet, and I think he owns a 10% of his portfolio, I think is in Tesla. He hasn't mentioned Tesla yet, right? And again, I'm not saying he will. I'm just kind of thinking out loud. Talk about romantic bets. We saw buyers come in, right? Buyers come in for the July $500 calls. Why? Why? Right? The stock is at 420. Why are they coming in for the 500 calls? Why are they coming in for the 440 weeklies? Okay. Obviously to be determined, but these are some things we have to be conscious of, at least have to have a conversation. But the market continues to be good. The value continues to be in the rotation. Let's keep it going, man. Again, everybody knows this thing's going to end one day. Just keep it going. Keep it going until it doesn't work anymore. And right now, even when one group ends, another group starts, and then there's a rinse, repeat cycle. Other than that, God bless everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Tomorrow, I'm taking another detox day from Twitter. For all you guys who follow me on Twitter or X, you kind of saw I've been lighting you guys up on Twitter. Tomorrow I'll be taking a day off again. I just can't take the stupidity. It's like when it's 85 degrees outside and somebody's telling me it's snowing, I got to disconnect, right? It's a little overwhelming. So tomorrow I'll be taking the day off, a necessary detox day off of social media. So hopefully you guys have a wonderful day. If you are interested, I think by now you know where to find me. And with God's help, I'll see you all on the field tomorrow. Take a day. Have a good day, everybody. See you guys on the field tomorrow.